Discrimination.
Empathy. At the end of the day gotta end.
Prejudice.
Stereotype.
How you gonna critique me and you can't even freaking Assumption. Don't let it inhibit your social interactions.
Intolerance. Fuck all that shit you talking about. Judgmental. Y'all motherfuckers stay judging. Just give me my money.
Don't give me my
I like that. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to make sure like we're looking at it from a neutral standpoint. Cause I think everybody's swayed to its negative. I don't think anything by itself justifiably is automatically negative. It's all about how your experience through somebody judging you. So you
but that's like saying it's a good hating and a bad hating. Whenever you hear hating, you can just think bad hating.
But judgment.
How can you hate?
But why is judgment?
No, just an example. Just an example.
So I'm just saying like.
I feel like judgment is the word like hating.
I don't think it's that way.
I think being able to judge is essential to life. You have to be able to survival. There's going to be people in general. You have to be able to have good judgment. Whether I judge you negatively or I have to have it. As a human, you have to have it.
You can have good judgment, but it's being judgmental.
On his face, judgment.
Yeah,
That takes it. I think it's more. It's more your delivery. Like, is it just you mentally, or are we gonna have a conversation about it? How am I gonna act because of this thought? And that's where it
I
goes.
think once you put in that mode though, like regardless of like, and you feed that, like you hear that negativity, like you automatically go into defense mode. Like for certain people, they go into defense mode. Like she went into defense mode. So that wasn't like a thing to worry.
But look though, that was because of what she hit on earlier. That's your intentions when you said it. Your intentions was
and your delivery.
You think she put on ugly? What you think? But to her, she already looked at it. Like your intention was in your own malice.
Hold on, so you talking about you want me? I'm the important one.
She's
I'm the one you're supposed to look towards, man.
No, she dressed for herself. She don't dress for you.
No. I'm saying, understand that. But like,
but your intention was to make sure she was good for you. She already thought she looked good.
Okay,
You weren't doing her no favor.
Were you at your best?
Judgment.
Oh, all right.
Ooh. You said what?
You said what was you doing?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Hell yeah, I was in my business.
Come on. Damn, you hit him with it. Yeah.
I would have that over.
You go ahead. You got it.
Bias.
Bias?
Bias.
Bias.
I don't know. I'm looking at the definition.
Nigga, they just yell out words.
I'm saying, like,
Go ahead.
Bias.
When it comes to the subject of being judgmental, do you think intentions play a part in that?
I'm gonna leave it. I definitely think it does. To me, your intentions means the most, because that's pretty much, that's what you mean by what you're doing. Everybody might understand. So give an example on what Dante hit on earlier. So if I'm out and about and something happens, or if I make a comment to my lady or whatever it may be, and say I don't like that outfit, or I don't like this, or I don't like that, it's coming from my intention. So my intention is pretty much just to say it means the most at the end of the day. I don't like it. If I don't like it, that's my intention with it. Vice versa, if it's something else. Cause I remember you hitting on earlier when you were saying where your intentions don't matter. Like he should have approached it better when it came to it. But in that moment, his intentions might, like he was hitting on, he said it might have been pure. It just didn't feel that way, but that still mattered. Like my intentions. It was. But look,
You already said you didn't like
when you
her.
said it, you didn't mean to hurt nobody's feelings by what you said, unless you did.
No.
I'm gonna let you speak on that. Unless you meant to hurt
I'm
her
gonna be with
feelings.
nobody I don't like. So you know what I'm saying? That it was pure.
But so when you said it to her, what did you mean by that though?
Like dress better.
Yeah, like,
I don't like
what
this.
did you
So
I
don't
want
do
you to,
it.
like in that moment, I understand that was a build up. So that wasn't like it wasn't like oh yeah, let me just attack you right now, like, and I wasn't attacking her.
So you
That's what I'm saying. I didn't come off attacking her. Anything in that mode and in that moment at that time would have made her be defensive.
Exactly.
Just because of like that's just how she.
Offend her for what you dressed like. You weren't trying to well, I mean, it's not even prejudgment because you already knew her prior to, but it's the fact that, you know, in that case, it is very difficult to try to translate it in the way they would understand it. And sometimes you want to at least, you know, delivery, it matters.
Everything.
Delivery is important. Because I always would like to break down like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I feel like maybe you should, and such, you know, and continue the conversation or whatever you have to say. So when it comes down to it, intentions do matter because at the end of the day, they were pure, even though she didn't feel that way. But we also have to acknowledge how we make that person feel.
That's the only thing that I was saying.
We have to do that too. At the end of the day.
So it's like the intention shouldn't take away the impact.
Absolutely.
So it shouldn't be, well, I didn't mean it. Well, it still didn't make me feel good.
I would always
So let's not let
acknowledge how
intention
it
trump
makes you feel.
the aftermath of it.
Exactly.
Like, it was a category 5. That shook the fuck out of me. Like, just because you didn't mean the earthquake to be that fucking strong, doesn't mean that it wasn't. And I think, like, everything else trumps that, like, tone, delivery, timing. That all before intention, because, of course, we're not messing with talking to people relationship-wise or friendship-wise, trying to be buttholes.
Right.
So, of course, our intention is, like, good-ish, but still, it's like, did you think about her feelings? Not even you, but did you think about the other person's feelings first? That's where I come from with intention. If you're being considerate, genuinely, you're thinking about that person first and foremost, before you think about what you gotta say, when you gotta say it, and how you gotta say it. And a lot of people don't think about that person first. That's my only thing. So of course my intention is like, oh, I didn't mean to be rude. But did you think about me? You didn't. And that's where I be feeling like people get lost in translation because a lot of people don't consider the other person first.
So would you say like make no judgment where you have no compassion?
In a perfect world.
True. And you know, we could piggyback to the social media thing too. Now we're comparing ourselves. He's like, damn, you don't think that I'm a baddie? Like he sees on Instagram? Like, shit. You know, I had a guy I was dating, he was following all these girls, and I'm like, why are you following all these girls? Like, am I not enough? So I started getting in my head about it. And so now I'm judging him based off of that because maybe he wants to seek validation. But I didn't want to do that. Maybe what he tells me, oh, it's just a social media. It's just me. I'm social.
That's just niggas.
You know, that's just
Ew.
But to me, imagine the impact of how you made me feel when you made that comment.
I don't know about
your judgment of me is I'm insecure. Like, no, what?
I don't know about y'all, but girls will go to them Twitter likes, and y'all Twitter likes be fucking bitches. Like, ew.
Like, literally.
That's just a nigga. Did you have to like it? You could have looked at it and scroll.
First of all, I don't like nothing. I save it. You can see like. I don't just be on Twitter like that to do that. But
to internalize it, not all the time do women take it as being insecure. Because I'm not gonna think it's something wrong with me because you like BBLs and fake boobs. This is the wrong with me.
Hey, no judgmental. We cannot be judgmental.
Hypothetically speaking, if you do like BBLs and fake boobs, I got nothing for you. So I'm judging you in the sense of like, oh, I'm not for you. Not in the sense of what's wrong with me.
Right.
So it's like inherently, oh, I'm just a nigga. Yeah, you're nasty.
So you mean to tell me y'all what immediately went into y'all minds is the fact that okay, so since this nigga is following this person, and this many amount of people, you think that they want to I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a reverse thing too.
Hold on. That's what I'm saying. On the girl's end.
So what was your intention on saving the porn for later?
Hold on, I didn't say that. You just judged that man just right there. He didn't say nothing about no porn.
He didn't even say it was porn. It could have been a basketball highlight for all we know.
Why did your mind go straight to that?
Can you give us a time that you were falsely judgmental of someone?
Depends on falsely, because I don't know the facts of the truth behind it. But that shit happened a lot in college, though. I feel like in college, I feel like you hear a lot of rumors through people. So now you got an opinion formed about that person, and you just assume it's true because you might have heard that rumor one too many times. And so, like, a lot of times in college, you know, Everybody got their talk. They would say, oh, so-and-so was doing this, or so-and-so did that, and then you hear the story again, you hear it again, and hear it again. You know, okay, this motherfucker might be doing what they saying, but you don't know because they might all be friends and telling the story together. You know what I'm saying? So now you're judging them. You don't know that person at all. You might have spoken to them, you say, what's up, you see him outside, this and that. But based on what other people say, you keep your distance because you don't want to be associated with them. Because you don't know whatever's true about that shit.
I'm guilty of that. I'm gonna say to a certain extent, it's just like when you hear so many things about a certain person, it's kind of like okay, I'm a big fact checker though. I will always bring it up to the person, not being messy, what is that so to say? But I like to just make sure I'm not tripping, because if you are that way, I'm really big on synergy and alignment. If something's not in synergy or alignment, I gotta go, and it's nothing against you, but do you? Live your best life just away from me.
I think everybody judgmental, actually. Like, you gonna form an opinion on somebody whether you try to do it out loud or in your head, or it's whether you're gonna do it out loud or in your head, you're always gonna judge somebody. Like when you first see somebody, you might be like, oh, like she's fine as hell, she might got a lot of niggas, blase, you know what I'm saying? So I think everybody judgmental. Like bro said, I don't think it's good or it's bad until that action is formed, and then you form that.
It's the action behind it.
I just think it's just a way of life, because every decision you make, you have to judge. Is it a good one? If I do this, what would happen?
It's a discernment.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, kind of based off of what you said too, like being in college, college in particular. I mean, obviously we're kind of all out of school now, but you hear things about people and you don't want to judge them just off of like first whatever. But I feel like the more that you hear stuff about people, like you said, you just kind of want to dissociate yourself. Like you don't want to be around that person, or you don't want to, you know, have conversations with them. I have done that before, but I've also gone as far as getting to know that person for myself.
Check it, right?
Yeah, for sure. And then, you know, if it's what they say it is, you know, hands up. Person's only friend. Like I'm
okay, me too. I feel like a lot of times people live a certain life. People grow and change every day.
Yeah,
we can all agree.
100%
For sure, we can agree. So I feel like when people go through certain phases of life, we don't know how they were brought up.
Yeah.
So they could still be healing from certain things. I'm really big on healing, guys. So it's just like where are you coming from? What all have you experienced? What are you dealing with day to day?
Yeah.
Because people do some day to day, y'all. So you can't really negate that. But if you really unpack it with them, if you care enough to, I always tell people, resolution and repair is always possible when you care. When people just up and change and flip it up, I don't fuck with it. Like, let's talk about it.
So basically, judging is not really bad if you think about it, because everybody knows.
Exactly. It's kind of like a protector.
You judge somebody within and they do the total opposite, and you like, okay, bet. It's cool. But you know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna judge you.
I want to bring something to y'all real quick. Give me a second. The same way y'all talking about college, right? Yeah. And the way I look at it is some places are more susceptible to judgment because these people don't know themselves. This is a group. A college is a place where a lot of people do not know themselves anyway.
Everyone's reaching.
So give me a place that you think judgment happens more than another place. What is a place you think judgment is?
Y'all gonna look like damn. She look.
There we go.
Like she look. Because I'm a judge. Sometimes I'm very guilty of this. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you got on revealing clothes, you shaking your ass, you looking me in my eye, I'm thinking you want me.
I'm no better.
So I'm gonna test my luck. Now whether my luck is there or not, she be like, nah, I bet. Cool. I'm gonna test my motherfucking luck because you look like you're ready to go. I am too.
My experience is not in the club, but I mean, sure. I'm an artist, so you got
And you sensitive about your shit.
hello. Artists can be very judgy. Very, very judgy. And when you get around other people that are really, really good at what they do and they think that they shit don't stink, they become bullies. and you'll hear them picking apart people on social media and saying like, oh, this person can't sing, they don't have no stage presence, they can't do this, they can't do that. I'm a better artist than they are. They just woke up one day and wanted to. Like me, I feel like I used to not have that perception, but for somebody like me, I've been singing for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like since I was a kid. So music is my passion. Like I don't see myself doing anything else. But I think we all, as artists, hate a little bit on the like people who blow up overnight.
That's real.
Yeah, and it's like I've been working for this for a long time, and I had to get out of that because I just feel like everybody's blessings are for them. And I had a problem with that. I did have an issue with that. I'm gonna be honest. But now I just see this like shit. Do your big one. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? My time will come. But I do feel like in the field that I'm in, there's so much criticism and everybody is so quick to critique. Everybody is on each other's pages scrolling and talking shit, saying how they feel about this person or comparing themselves to that person. So I have to like steer clear of that. I post my shit and get the fuck off.
Okay, posting artists to artists, yes.
Yeah.
Very, very, very.
Because they gonna judge you in church.
Especially women.
No, girl.
I got a question right quick. Do you think, this social media world, like people who not like at social media, they don't have to do shit for like clicks and baits and shit. Do you think, as a person who don't have to do that, do you think you have to turn into that to be able to?
You do though.
Yes.
Like,
you don't have to turn.
You don't-
It doesn't have to become a gimmick for you. But I feel like in the day that we live, and I have to keep telling myself this: you have to post. You have to because that's my line of work. I hate it because it's just not.
Yeah, not necessarily.
Well, yeah, but that's what I said. It doesn't have to. You can still keep it you. I feel like some people do go overboard and it does
Like
become
people be
clickbait.
saying, I'm not internet or I don't do, but that's the people that actually blow up and do that are internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
You have a choice, really. So
right?
Yeah.
Like, do you think you finna blow up just being authentic?
You
right?
can though.
You
that's if
can,
you
but
trust in yourself and believe
you
what you're
can,
doing.
but I know a lot of artists who like that authentic, and it's like you can't put like I feel like you can't put something on like what's blowing up or not, because some people's blowing up to them. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they don't have to be as industry or what they say, but
It's
I
just
just really
not
want to
really
know that dude. Motherfuckers who don't really be on Instagram or put themselves out there think they have to do that to blow.
I guess it's just like
It depends on where you're trying to go to,
Get where they wanna
because
get.
the people that are making those type of decisions for you, they'll tell you that you have to.
Yeah, facts. They will.
So it just speak up.
I have a question. Do you feel like you're selling your soul when you have to do that?
Nah, hell
No, 'cause I
nah.
know-
I'm not talking about that.
No, not.
You gotta present yourself a certain way.
I always told myself that, whenever God decides to put me in a position that I'm like extremely successful and extremely blessed, I know who. I ain't afraid to say Jesus on camera.
No, but that's good.
I ain't afraid. You know what I'm saying? I know who I am, and thank God I come from a great 2-parent household where my parents are still very involved in my life and keep me grounded and keep me humble.
Amen to that.
For real.
I feel like foundation plays a big part of that because some people do come up and they have never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
So you kind of get sidetracked.
I feel like people that blew up have seen that.
You said what?
I feel like people that have blew up have seen that.
Some.
I don't think it's like I don't think it's nobody that got to a point to that status having. You know what I'm saying? Fuck nah.
Is it just them just adapting to their environment too though?
Yeah.
So, like-
Well, no, because that ain't their environment. That ain't what they. That's not. Well, yeah, no. When they
'Cause I mean,
become that, yeah, no.
yeah, you
no,
know, like,
yeah, facts,
you're
yeah.
around that.
Yeah, you're around
They
that.
think that, okay, this is what I'm
This is what I'm supposed to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Go ahead.
Discrimination.
Empathy. At the end of the day gotta end.
Prejudice.
Stereotype. Don't do it.
Assumption. Don't let it inhibit your social interactions.
How you gonna critique me and you can't never freak me?
Intolerance, I'm sick of your shit.
At the end of the day, judgment is